The most straightforward way of learning is called supervised learning, also known as supervised machine learning. Supervised learning deals with the problems that are trying to find a relationship that guides an input to an output based on given examples of input-output pairs. Each input-output pair can be understood as a question-answer pair when you learn math. By showing the computer with many example pairs, we expect it can understand how to generate an output given some new input. Let's consider this example. In a fruit packaging factory, we would like to find an automated way to separate the different kinds of fruit, apple, blueberry, and banana, into 3 different boxes for shipment. A digital system can take pictures of each fruit traveling down the conveyor belt and must use the image input to identify the fruit with its proper name for its proper shipment box destination. In this example, the input to the system is pictures of fruit, and the output expected from the system is the category of fruit. The relationship we would like to find is how to identify the fruit category given the pictures taken. The input-output pairs we provide to the system would then be the image of a fruit and a label saying what fruit is inside the image. Each time the picture fruit name pair is fed to the system, we expect the model to discover the underlying relationship between picture and fruits, and gradually the system improves the model's performance. This procedure of adjusting our system based on data is called learning or training. After training, we will apply the system to the conveyor belt with new pictures of apples, blueberries, and bananas to see if the model can provide the correct output. This is called prediction. So why is supervised learning feasible in this example? Why can images of apples be identified as one thing and images of blueberries can be identified separately? This is because the apples are similar to each other, just like the blueberries are similar to each other. And apples and blueberries are different in some aspects. In fact, these similar or different aspects are what a system has to pay attention to. Such aspects are called features, which are characteristics of objects. They are selected to make all the inputs widely different from each other. In this instance, useful features are colors and textures, and unreliable features are round shape and not sparkly, because both apples and blueberries are round and not sparkly. Both apples and blueberries share these characteristics, and it would be helpful in distinguishing the two. We may ask, what should good features look like? The samples have to be quite different in this feature. Color is a good feature because apples and blueberries are different in color. In addition, the feature is supposed to be highly correlated with the target example. A feature like the age of the fruit is irrelevant because fruits do not have age. Labels are the thing we are trying to predict based on an input. Using the fruit example, the label would be the type of fruit predicted based on the image input, apples, blueberries, or bananas. The system now notes useful features in the input image. If the fruit in the image is red, the algorithm would be able to label the inputted image as an apple. But computers do not understand quantitative descriptions such as color or shape. Computers only understand numbers, so we have to translate the previous ideas into mathematical descriptions. For example, consider how we would describe an apple. We would like to first describe its color. Then the first number in the vector will represent colors. We may use 0 to represent red, 1 for navy blue, and 2 for green, etc. In the second number, we may describe the shape of the fruit. We can use 0 for a round shape, 1 for an oval shape, and 2 for a curved shape. This ordered collection of numbers is called a vector, and it describes the features we would like the system to take. The input data is usually represented by X, and we use a subscript to distinguish each different feature. Here, X subscript 1 would be color, and X subscript 2 would be the shape. We then translate the labels. In this example, we can use 0 for apples, 1 for blueberries, and 2 for bananas. But the output can also be real numbers. For example, we can ask the model to generate the weight of the apple given the image of the apple, so we could further understand the quality of apples and sell them at different prices. Now we can use mathematical equations to describe this relationship. We can start with a very simple math equation. Y equals 1 plus 0.5 times 1 plus 0.5 times 2. we use the input to calculate the output generated by our system. That would be 1, 1.5, 2, and 2. We notice the model does not provide the correct answer now, but it is fine. We can change the equation to make the output from the model to be closer to the label. This is the goal of supervised learning, to minimize the difference between the generated output from the model with a label.